Hey guys, it's me, Beanie. I'm doing a day 14 2-week check-in, and I just had my bottoms in just for shits and giggles. I don't wear them. At least right now, I'm not wearing them. I now look like the my daughter says I look like the Purina dog. I feel like I look more like the Cheshire cat. This is a whole lot of that's a whole lot of teeth down there. It's a whole lot of teeth. What the hell? So first I was upset because they look like chiclet teeth. Like the tops were chiclet-ish. I still think that they are. But they're not as chiclet-ish if I don't have the bottoms in. Does that make sense? I mean, the bottoms are huge. Now, I was supposed to go for a soft reline on these this upcoming Monday. I can't because, as I stated in a previous video, a coworker brought the fungolitis to work. So we are sheltering in place for the next 2 weeks. Now, I did get a fungolitis test. My fungolitis test was negative, but I'm still just not going to go out anywhere until the 20th. Just being precautionary, because the fungolitis is picking up steam. Let me pause this for a minute. I'm going to take out these bottoms because it's just not working, guys. It's not working. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Sans the bottoms. Lord, I don't know. There's not enough shaving in the world that I think is going to make a difference on those bottoms. Crap. Like, what? I don't know. Okay, where am I at in the healing process? I'm still coming. It's still coming. Is it as painful as day 3? No, it's not. Is it as painful as week or day 7? No, but I still have, issues. So let's see. On the bottoms, and that's because on the bottom, one of the back molars was wonky. Like, she grew to the side. So it took some digging to get her out. And because those bottom teeth are too big, they really are cutting into the back of my jaw, and it's not comfortable at all. Okay, so on the top, still having issues. It's not as bad with that curvy thing, but it's still there. As a matter of fact, this side of my mouth, when I take the teeth out, you'll see that it kind of slants down, like downwards, as far as how much inflammation I have on one side versus the other, which to me is crazy, because here's the thing. The tops came out, when she went to pull them out, she got all of them, boop, boop, boop. I had nubs on the sides, and then we had, we saw the few teeth that I had in the front. The rest were all nubs. You know what? I'm sorry about this hair, what I'm doing here. That annoys the shit out of me when I see people doing that on YouTube, and now I understand why they do it. I'm not going to touch my hair, okay? Just leave it alone. Okay, so the tops came out really easy. The bottoms is what was the mofo. Remember what I said in the beginning? Like, it took twice as long to get out the bottoms than it did the tops. But the tops, by far, are the most painful. Like, maybe I should have looked at the teeth. Like, they asked me if I wanted to see the teeth after they pulled them out, and I was like, no. Maybe I should have looked at them, because maybe they were, like, root-tastic. I don't know. They were just very painful. So I do have, like, a phantom, like, tooth pain. Not a tooth pain, but like I get a pulsation. I don't know if it's a nerve or what, but I had that pain when I had teeth. That was a tooth that was breaking from behind and working its way up. And the more it worked its way up, the more I felt that pain. So I do have a pulsation. It's not pulsating as much as it did like a week ago, but it's still there. I'm still healing on the upper here I think I mentioned in a video not too long ago that I did have a little fragment of tooth. Ooh, I should show you guys what it looked like, huh? No, you don't want to see. You don't want to see. But it was like a little, I don't think it was a tooth. It looked like bone. I don't know. It was like round. What didn't look like a shard of tooth. But it was something. It was either bone or tooth. It was one of those things. It wasn't like, you know, a piece of macaroni. But it worked its way out. I just think it's going to be a longer healing process. So I'm actually not that mad that I'm not going for my soft reline for an extra week, because I want to give this side of the mouth a little bit more time to heal down. Because right now, like I said, if I put a level, you would see that this side is, you know, lower down as far as because it's bigger for swelling. And since they're kind of, you know, nickel and diming on how many relines and all that shit that they do, I'm just, you know, I'm okay. I'm okay with, you know, extending it another week. I'm still working from home. Okay. So no one has to see me. I don't actually, haven't been wearing my teeth in the house and, doing awful pictures without my teeth in and sending them to my daughter. You guys, maybe I will put together like a sizzle reel, but I've been tormenting my daughter with my teeth and with my gummy smile. And I don't know if it's just like a coping mechanism for me or I'm getting some kind of pleasure. I am getting some pleasure out of it though. Because she sends me like text messages like, "What's wrong with you, Mom?" I don't know what's wrong with me. It's just the way Jesus made me. Speaking of things that are wrong with me, I don't know if you can see it, but I still have a little snippet of that contact dermatitis. So what happened is when they had to get into the bottoms, right? And they had to, you know, chisel the bone down. When they do that, they put this mask. It's the same mask that you see people wearing now, like that clear thing. You know, it's like a headband and it's like a clear thing. People think it's going to stop the fungolitis from getting them. Okay, so they put that on me, and where the band part rested on here, and it gave me contact dermatitis. So that's still there. It looks like a birthmark, but it's not. It's contact dermatitis, and I'm taking hydrocortisone for it. So yeah, I mean, I'm still gumming food. And not, when I say gumming, I'm just swallowing food. Like, use your tongue, squish it, and swallow it back, I guess. I can't chew with the bottoms and the tops. Like, that's a no-no. Like, they're purely ornamental. Right now, my teeth are purely ornamental. They're like my going out teeth. You know, like you're going out, put them out, you know, put them in. And actually, I probably, if I could get away with never wearing the bottoms, I probably would. Obviously, when I get older, it's going to sink in more and more, and then it's not going to look cute. Or, you know, I think about when I lose more weight and my face thins out, like, then obviously I won't probably be able to get away with not having teeth. You know, but right now I have extra cushion, so it pads it a little bit, you know. I'm trying to think. So foods, I'm just saying, I'm still soft. Okay, I'm not in a rush. Like, here's the thing, guys. I'm not in a rush to stuff my face with things. Like, it took a long time for me to get to the point that I'm at. I want to give my mouth the best chance at healing, and I don't feel like, oh, hold on, someone's calling me from work. Hey guys, so I'm back. Had a work call, had a family call, and I don't really remember where I was at with my 14-day update. So food, gumming food. I have tried a couple of different things. With no teeth in, of course, because again, they're not functional. I can't use the tops without bottoms. The bottoms just don't fit. It's okay, you know, it is what it is. I have been using this time really as an opportunity to kind of see some of my really poor eating impulses. Another impulse is, I'm trying to get it out of my mouth, is lozengers. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, like towards the end of my time with my natural teeth, and I knew it was coming to the end, you know, I was just eating garbage, because I'm like, I'm not going to be able, because I still had the front teeth. So I had no side teeth to chew everything, but so everything I was chewing was like a little rabbit, like, because I had no side teeth. And I think that also caused the demise of the front teeth. I mean, my jaw was out of whack because I was chewing awkwardly. There's a lot of things that I need to fix. But I have been taking an opportunity for these last 2 weeks to kind of see some of the bad habits that I have created due to my tooth situation. And those are going to be things I'm going to be working on. And maybe eventually we'll talk about them. Because like I said in one of my previous videos, at least for me, one thing leads into another thing that leads into another thing. They all affect, you know, our quality of life to some degree. And, you know, I'm getting to a stage in my life where, you know, I call it rounding third. You know, it's like the jumping off point where if things don't improve and change for me medically, it's going to be very difficult for me in the next 20 years as a, you know, aging senior to have these medical concerns. But anyways, I digress. So food, gumming food, still soft food. My daughter says she can tell that I'm talking a lot better, but that's only with the tops in, not with the bottoms. And but I still feel like there's still room for improvement, and maybe it'll get better, you know, as time goes on. So here I have a question. Anybody out there have the horseshoe? Like, have you decided to take that plate and get it horseshoed out? And if so, were you happy with that decision? Do you regret that? Like, did you mess up your little chops by doing that? The one thing I'm lucky with, like, I have not, a lot of people's videos that I did watch, they talked about having a gag reflex with their uppers. I'm very lucky, like, in that respect. I have not had any issues with feeling like I'm going to gag. Like, that part is not, it's not too far back or anything. But the reason I was asking about the horseshoe is I was sucking on a lozenger earlier today, and I realized that I really couldn't taste the lozenger. Like, I really had to, you know, get in there and suck on it. And that was because we have taste buds up on the roof of our mouth. I didn't realize that. And so the plate blocks that. And I said, oh, you know, I missed my lozengers. I mean, I couldn't have them when I take out my teeth, but I like to enjoy them with my teeth in, you know. I think I'm going to miss gum. But see, I used gum as like a breath freshener too. Did you guys have that problem? Okay, so like for me, okay, because I had so many broken nubs, and because of the periodontal disease creating all these infections, like I had little pussy pockets. Like if you pushed on my gums, like pussy, nasty shit would come out sometimes. So my breath was awful. My breath, like, made me sick. I can't imagine what it was like for people who had to come in close proximity. But I tried to be, you know, swift about it, you know, like always putting my hand over my mouth and, you know, maybe turning my head and not, you know, looking directly at them. But if I could smell my own breath, I'm sure everybody could. So having lozengers in my mouth at all times, or a piece of gum in my mouth at all time, became like really part of my rituals. But now when I think about it, I'm like, you know, it probably didn't help much. It just made it smell like dead bodies and mint, you know. it probably wasn't great. It's improving, but you know, I still don't feel like my breath is like at 100%. And I don't know if that's the periodontal disease or still the healing tissue in my mouth. So that's kind of funky. I hope that's something that gets better, because that really was something that I was very self-conscious of. You know, I'm still working to talk differently. You know, I would talk like basically like this, you know, so you could only see this here, because down here was a wreck. And the teeth were just breaking and breaking in half. And, you know, you look at a tooth and it was broken the next day. So I think that part is maybe a little bit easier for me than, let's say, other people who still had a lot of side molars. I didn't have any molars left. I had one tooth that was a molar left up here. Everything else had broken in half. And then broke at the nub. So I had all nubs. I do find myself, now I do have a curl, like my lip naturally curls on this side. It has my whole life. So that part is not me holding in the denture or anything like that. That's just my natural lip that does that. It's like very strange. It's just, you know, I think I'm just becoming more aware of my new mannerisms. I don't know. Anyhow, I've really rammered on a lot. I don't even know what I'm saying. So we're going to cut this video short. That's it for my 2-week check-in. You know, comment below. Let me know about your story. And that, again, like I say many times, is, you know, just practice being good to yourself. Practice cutting out negative self-talk. I was the queen of negative self-talk, and I still do it on occasion. But don't do that to yourself. If you're at the start of your denture journey, I'm here to support you. Okay? Like, I was very embarrassed for the longest time, to the point that, you know, I'm sure people saw what was going on with my mouth, but I never said anything. And I think I did myself a disservice by not reaching out to the denture community a lot sooner. I mean, I think there's a fine line. I think there's a balance. But what I'm saying is, if you found this video, you found it for a reason, and I'm glad you did. And if I can offer you support, I will. But be good to yourself, and remember, you know, if you can't afford everything right at one time, just do one nub. Get one of those nubs out of your mouth. One of those nasty little nubs. You know, one by one, you'll get your extractions done. And then you can get your teeth put in. And then you can deal with a whole nother set of drama once you get your teeth put in. But, all right, guys, let me go. I got to go clean my house. Stay well, be good to yourself. Better than anyone you can ever possibly be to you. And I'm going to talk to you in the next video. Take care.